My name's Jim Coyle, and I have a dual appointment at Miami University. I'm in the Emerging Technology and Business and Design department and also in the marketing department. And I run a center called the Center for Research and User Experience. So, the Center for Research and User Experience, we call for shorthand CRUX, is devoted to helping faculty and students better understand the strengths and weaknesses of digital stimuli, or even broader than that, any sort of visual stimuli. The thing that we're really known for, though, is the biosensors that we have. We've got eye tracking capabilities, and we've got two biosensors that can help measure emotional reactions to things people, in our case, see. And those are a galvanic skin response sensor and facial expression analysis. We have three eye trackers, and what they will tell you is what people are looking at in terms of the visual stimuli that's being looked at, how long they're looking in any particular area, and the path that they take as they're making their way visually processing the stimuli. The galvanic skin response sensor helps us measure the strength of any sort of emotional reaction that someone is having to, in our case, whatever they're looking at. The facial expression analysis tool will tell us the kind of emotion they're likely experiencing. We can be running the eye tracker and the facial expression analysis tool and the galvanic skin response sensor all at the same time. So we can pinpoint to an extent what kind of emotions were being expressed at different times during an ad or a website experience or whatever we're having people look at, and what they were looking at that might have triggered that emotional reaction. This is an opportunity for the smaller companies to work with students and allow them to do something that they normally wouldn't be able to do because they don't have access to the technology. So the research process is in some ways pretty standard across social sciences. I think of it as four different sort of parts of the process. There's setting up the study, there's moderating the study, there's analyzing the data in the right way, and then there's communicating the results. For the MEET program, where the students can be anywhere, this works because they can design a study, hopefully with our help, and then they're not here to run subjects, they're not here to moderate sessions, but I have a research assistant, and between the research assistant and me, we can help those students run subjects, and then we can give them the data that they need. It's really important that those students talk to us as they're designing the project, so they are set up to get good data. That's an important part of the things that we teach students how to do. And as experts at the center, if you don't have the time to spend to learn all these technologies, and most people don't, we can help them. I have two daughters in college, and I tell them I don't really care what they're majoring in. I care that they learn how to approach a problem and think about the questions that need to be addressed to better understand the problem, let alone answer it. And then think about what they need to gather. There's all kinds of different kinds of data. What kind of data do they need to address those problems? And then accurately and with integrity, understand that data, make sense of it, and come up with recommendations to address that problem. But we're still trying to answer questions that are not uncommon. Like, what did you think about something? How did it make you feel? That's really what I teach. And for me, I get to use a particular kind of technology to gather a particular kind of data.